And we're live. I don't know why I pulled a funny face because I was going live. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to follow the Twitch channel in the link down below if you want to watch these live. That's basically all there is to it, to be completely honest. It's just going to be a 3+ hour stream of me playing Formula 1. We just tweet out and let everybody know that I'm live. Beep, 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 beep. Hey CJ, hey Grandpa, hey Damien, hey Will, hey Reese. What? Why am I? Apparently I'm in one of those moods tonight where I just pull funny faces and make weird noises. Missed the last stream, you're so gutted. Don't worry, bro. It's on the second channel if you missed it. If you want to watch it, or you can watch it on the videos section of the Twitch channel. On the past broadcast section. Lewis B97 to subscribe. Lewis B97 to subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you, mate. I think that came through just before I went live, so it didn't trigger a notification. But thank you, mate. Welcome to the club. Bonjour, SJ. Oh, you watched it all today. Nice. Hey Finley, welcome to the stream, my man. We got a point in Australia. We did it. Whoa. We've broken the 40-month barrier. David Simpson, 40 months in a row. Great to see you on stream again. Hopefully I can make it more and more regularly. Fingers crossed, my man. 40 months in a row. Mate, you are killing it. Thank you, bro. That is some long-term consistent support right there. Now, one would like to think that in Bahrain we shall avoid rain, but we'll have to wait and see. Stranger things have been known. You hit 40 yesterday. You should be able to advertise that, my man. It's almost 3.5 years, Damien, yeah. I think you're 41 in like 2 days or something. I swear, I could have sworn yours was 39 the other day, Saul. During the first stream. I did, but you were mid-practice session. Oh, in which case, I very much apologise.
That was an unfortunate failure in the invitational event.
What?
Try not to worry about it.
My webcam just...
At the end of the day,
I leapt back and my webcam's gone off on it. And now it's sorted itself out again. What are you doing, mate? Why you do this? That's weird. I literally did nothing. And it was just like, and then it's back again. Okay. That's weird. Right. Now, presumably, our expectations are going to be the same. Weather forecast. Cloudy, 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 but I bet it's still a bajillion degrees because we're in the desert. The general wear update is done, which is good news. We should get more updates for China. Hopefully they will go through. We'll have to wait and see, of course. No changes yet in the power rankings, so to speak. Performance rankings. We're slightly sportsmanship-like, but only very slightly. My current value has actually gone up since the last race. I'm obviously not... Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to score 9 championship points in this particular Grand Prix, so my team goal isn't going to be met. Whether that will affect my contract negotiations, I'm not sure, but we bested the qualifying and race position expectations in the last Grand Prix.
Winning rivalries is a great way to earn
Qualified
respect from the team and around
finished
the paddock,
10th.
which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate,
yeah,
but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
Well, I haven't had the chance to select a rival yet, so we shall select one when I get given the opportunity to. I have 610 resource points available to me, but not enough to warrant my guy to recommend me a specific change. For now, quite happy to leave all of the items as they are. We don't need to worry about changing anything yet. Now, tyre wear is always something I've struggled with around Bahrain. And you can see it's clearly going to be a 1-stop, but I might need a 2, so I'm going to have to be careful in quali that I don't use up quali in practice. I don't use up too many sets of my tyres, because I am very tyre wear heavy with a controller. It's always harder to manage your tyres with regards to their wear with a controller.
Welcome to the deserts of Bahrain, where the Formula One circus has rolled into town. We're expecting the cars to appear out on track shortly to start today's practice session.
Get as many resource points as we possibly can.
We can see, of course, plenty of activity in the garages as we wait for the green light to get this session underway. Anthony Davidson, thank you for joining me once again. What are you going to be looking out for once the cars get out there on the circuit today?
Well, naturally, in any free practice session,
go as fast as you can around the track. Thank you for the suggestion, Dan. Was top of my list actually, so I think we're on the same wavelength. Like, setup wise, I'm not sure what to do at Bahrain. Actually, one thing I was going to do, I did watch the video the other day. Alex Ray with a brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, Alex. Welcome to the club. Let me load up this video from Ben, because he showed what to do with general setup for almost all tracks. So we'll have a quick shout out to him at Marduk, by the way. Check him out if you haven't already. If you like F1 content, where was the video?
Get a chance, make sure to run some of our practice programs.
I'm concentrating. Where was it?
Need to be done in one session, but there's valuable data
you
there
guys
to help
probably
race
spotted it
strategy
already.
and car development.
Come on, brain. Find the video. Find the video. There we go. Set up all tracks.
What is up, guys? And welcome back to Brandon. I'll give you later. If you want the
aero, we always said to keep it between like 4 and 6 are normally a good one to go for. Bahrain is a little less aero heavy because it's quite a strong track. I'm just going to go through this bit by bit and adjust my setup accordingly.
Remo videos going to be maximising and spin out, accelerating. When you've got the power down. If you move it lower.
Oh, that is 13 months in a row for Bearsden. Thank you, mate. Over here now. Jeez. I agree.
It'll kind of make the power delivery a little bit smoother at lower speeds. So it'll help in traction. It may help a little bit,
Jeff,
tyre wear on the rears. But
Jeff, I'm trying to listen to Ben. Jeff, Lewis Smith with a brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, Lewis. Another one to welcome to the club, or welcome back to the club. I think you've been subscribed before.
The main tool that this is actually used for is actually making the car a little bit more stable at high speed. So if you have this low, it'll actually feel a little bit more oversteery at high speed. So just be aware of that. That can be a bit of an issue. But when we run with high amounts of ballast, when we want to be more aggressive with the downforce, we turn up the differential on to closer to 100%. It makes the car a little bit more snappy at low speed, so it's easier to kind of spin out. But if you can deal with that, it kind of makes the car a little bit more stable at high speed when you're changing direction and just going through prolonged corners. It's one of those things that I don't fully grasp it, but it kind of makes sense when I drive it and when I use it. And this was a big tool
because
what people were using on 2017 most of the time.
Because I've been struggling, or at least in Australia, I was struggling with my lower traction control setting to last year. I think I'm going to leave the differential as it is.
On 100. For the rain, for example, you want the combination of rear camber at the time, you're leaving it on 100. For the rain, for example, you want to probably move this down to 85 just to...
It's not cheating. It's a car setup. It's not cheating. I don't want to go too in depth because for different tracks I'm not really going to know what I'm doing. I just want to have like this is an all track setup. Basically, I kind of want like an all track one, so I know that I can go to each track and only really need to worry about aerodynamics, like front and rear wing.
Kind of get the best of both worlds. Moving on to suspension. This year, it seems like the combination of rear camber, camber all the way to the left and toe all the way to the right gives you the best response, gives you the most amount of grip at high speed. This seems to be the winning combination for most circuits. The only exception that I would have to this suspension geometry is maybe like a Baku or a Monza, something with really long straights, where you can probably move some of these settings closer to the middle. Not sure which ones.
Jeff, please. We're trying to listen to Ben. Thank you for the bits, Michael. Hi, Jason. Just got F1 2018 today. I don't know why I'm really struggling with the practice programs, but quality in the race, I'm fine.
So make sure you're smooth with the
Sometimes the quality programs, or sorry, the practice programs, are a little bit more difficult than the quality in the race with regards to the difficulty setting. That's just the way it is. It was the case last year. It's not quite as bad this year, but it is still
and you get probably
the case
better straight line speed. But as a general setup, I just recommend leaving it how it is right now. All the way to the left for the camber and all the way to the right for the toe, and it should be fine. Right, moving on to the suspension now, which is another pretty important facet of these setups for F1 cars. Suspension, we normally for the front have it higher than what we do on the rear. That's just to give the nose a bit of pointiness, make sure it's nice and responsive.
I like a pointy nose.
You know exactly that the front end is going to
like
bite, and you have the grip to carry speed into corners.
I use a pad.
With the rear suspension, we normally move this a little bit lower. When I started off this game, I had this a little bit too high, and I was struggling quite a lot for just the rear end and traction. But I've since learned that moving this down lower, so it's kind of around 3 or 4, with the other changes that we made to the setup, really complements the rear end a little bit more and keeps it a bit more in check. So having the rear suspension at 4 gives it a little bit of responsiveness and a little bit of snappiness, but at the same time
I will shut Jeff up. Well, I don't need to shut Jeff up because I want to make sure that I get this thing right.
It allows you to keep the power planted and you don't lose the back end in prolonged corners so much.
Good noise.
Anti-roll bars, to be honest, I don't really see too much benefit in changing these. Most of the time people leave this pretty much the same. They'll leave it, I don't know, around the 5 to 8 region.
Yeah, to pause the game, I had to come out of the practice setup menu, so I don't want to do that.
I think on this game, 8.6 is a good starting point, and I just leave it at that. For the ride height, this is actually a pretty big thing as well that you can change on F1 2017, for example. A lot of time trial specialists would move the ride height to 7.5, 7.4, and this would make the car very responsive and very oversteery. Would help, you know, get the nose into the corner and help rotate it really well. But at some tracks, this was just
the only thing that worries me about making the car slightly oversteery is the spinning out. Like in the last Grand Prix, I was struggling with my traction. So
absolute nightmare. Like at Singapore, for example, you don't want to be too aggressive with that. But F1 2018,
leave it as is.
Story's a little bit different now. Really important. The brake bias, absolutely huge in obtaining lap time. So a big thing that the competitive drivers have been using over the last few years is moving the brake bias towards the rear, and this helps rotate the car when you are approaching a corner. So in order to be quick, you need to trail brake as you approach the apex and slowly lift off the brake. And by having a rearwards biased brake setting, it just allows you to kind of get better turn in, and it makes such a difference in the amount of lap time you can make up.
Okay.
So obviously further to the right, the faster you can technically be, but also the more unstable it'll be in the braking zone. For me, and this is all personal preference, the sweet spot for me is 52% to 54%.
So I don't want it to be too bad.
Sometimes in the rain, I'll move it up to 56%.
Pressure, weight
so the rear end is a slight brake pressure you have. The later
ballast
and harder you can brake in. Normally, you can afford to run with higher all the way to the rear. That's a pretty good setting across most tracks. And now finally we move on to the weight distribution. On 2017, this was the holy grail of finding lap time. You would move the ballast all the way to the rear at 11, and you would get the absolute best rotation of the car. You would be able to carry so much speed into corners, and you could chuck off all of the front downforce to mitigate
I reckon I should use 100%
all the
brake
balance
pressure
on the rear. But on F1 2018, David Greco and his handling team have done a really good job of trying to mitigate this OP aspect of the setup, and so now the maximum inducing the whip too much, but now
Ben says about
is
brake pressure,
higher front tire wear would be fine. Come to an apex. For brake pressure, normally leave it at 75, but I feel like on F1 2018 you can get away with a little bit more pressure. So anywhere from 75 to 82 would be fine. Obviously, the higher brake pressure you have, the later and harder you can brake into a corner. But the offset is higher front tire wear, so just be aware of that.
Front tire wear isn't too much of an issue for me. Front tyre wear isn't too much of an issue for me. It's rear tyre wear that's been a problem. Right, that's basically a decent setup. Let's save that. Just as, let's call it Tiamat Marduk Basic. But if you wanna check out Ben's channel, then feel free to search Tiamat Marduk. Like you can see there, Tiamat Marduk on YouTube. You can see all of his content. Him and Arava are two of my favourites. Seb, why did you time that message out? I don't know why my green screen keeps going weird. I apologise. Like, if I just saw it, could do it again in the background. I don't think there's any extra light distortion coming from anywhere. I'm using a custom setup at the minute. Right, we'll go out.
Okay, we'll alter the setup of the car.
Thanks, mate. We'll go out and do the thing. Right, let's go out and do the track acclimatization. Well, don't just time him out, Seb. Tell him that before you time him out. Don't just time someone out for asking a question. Oh, my green screen's doing that. If it becomes an issue, do let me know. Right, now for this, actually, I should be able to put that into lead, because tyre wear isn't going to be lap time isn't going to be an issue, so I can take care of the mechanical parts of my engine. This is a corner I'm worried about spinning out on in the race. That second corner. We'll find out. Missed that one. This is what I'm worried about in the race. Slightly over-rotating the car. Traction control is set to medium. So I don't know why my green screen's doing this. Like, literally nothing has changed. I apologise. Stop it, Plez. Like, nothing's changed. Why are you being a dick? Okay, great. Just remove the message, didn't time out. It said on my screen that it said you timed him out for 2 seconds. Braking for that corner was weird. I've never really been very good at sticking to the racing line around Bahrain. It's one of my favourite tracks. I've always been pretty poor at actually being able to stick to the racing line. I'm going to try and get
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together.
I was headed down into the hairpin, wasn't it, where I missed the first one. And then around turn 11. Letting the car drift wide there that I'm not normally very good at. The car definitely feels more stable, 100%, than it did in Australia, that is for sure. I already feel a lot more confident. Although I'm on fresh tyres, it will be different on warm tyres. And I have to be careful right now, I can feel the back end step. It's going to be a corner where we might have some issues later in the race with warm tyres. Not sure I'm going to be able to get the 445 here now. Oh, is that bang on? Bang on. Oh, just in centre garage. I'm driving for McLaren, so they're midfield, mid-table, so to speak, in football terms. What would do? I don't know where I'll finish in qualifying in the race here, Carl. I'm yet to actually check the time report. Really good exit out of 10 there. Turning left. Got a good drive out the corner. Look at that time tumble. We're going to get a green. I'm not going to be able to get a purple one, so I'm quite happy with the green one there. Difficulty set. Oh, a few races in now. Someone got to P1. Difficulty. What difficulty are you playing on?
So far,
Tom.
our fastest lap is a 1 minute 34.0.
Fernando's gone down to 131.8, which is worrying. it is still set like normal, pro, expert, legendary, but you can be more specific now. Race settings. Like you can be more specific now, so you can go like on individual numbers. So it's you can be more specific. You can get a more well-suited, more well-rounded difficulty setting to what you want. Difficulty seems too easy. It's definitely not too easy, I'll tell you that much. I'm literally 13th of 14 timed laps right now. That's not too easy at all. This I can't change, yeah. You'll say it's about lifting and coasting into braking zones, basically. We thought I was Alonso. No, I'm racing as me. I'm racing as me. Okay, I'm going to start that again. We're in Spain and already changed teams. Hey Joshy boy. Who were you with and where did you move to? Difficulty set to 95 was the fan. Can't drive with traction control turned off. I have mine set to medium, but that's only new for me this year, and I am struggling with traction. Last year I used traction control set to full, and I did find it a lot more difficult. Gears are automatic. I've got an automatic gearbox. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do this field management. I'm going to be able to either have the time near green, but the fuel in red, or both in red. That's something to be aware of. How's he going with the brand new tier 1 sub? Thank you, mate. Welcome to the club. Thank you for subscribing. Note to self in the race, stay off that curb. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this one, I don't think. I'll try another lap, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
Okay, you weren't quite good enough that lap. Try again.
Evening, DH. I just had to let off the throttle there just to make sure I could get there. That's what I was doing basically. I was going for pure lap time, and then I wanted to ease off the throttle at the end just to nudge the fuel gauge back up. ERS management I suck at, so I'm not going to bother trying to do that one, but quality pace we could do.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:33.2.
I don't know what time it's going to expect out of me here. It's 1:30.8. Don't think I'm going to be able to get anywhere near that, to be honest. A little bit slipstream of K-Mag, but I can't get near him. Just find basically 2 tenths in the last corner. I had a better run out of the penultimate corner. Yeah, I've basically ruined that lap on the penultimate corner. I was within a tenth and then fucked it.
Down on our target times, let's try to find a bit more.
The ERS is easy, just set it to low the whole you get per year, but don't you need to match a lap time? Too busy reading the track there. Yeah, the lap time is easy as anything pretty low. I swear in Australia it wasn't easy. In Australia it wasn't easy. I was nowhere near the lap time. I was like 2 seconds off it. I mean, I'll give it a go, but I'm pretty sure I was 2 seconds off it in Australia. I don't know what camera angle Parav uses. No, sorry, mate. Am I watching the Newcastle game? When's the Newcastle game? Biggest problem is to stay on the brakes way too long through corners. Sometimes you've got to just throw it in, hope it sticks when the beat's so gentle. Yeah, my only issue is whenever I try that, I lose my back end. Whenever I hope it sticks, it doesn't stick.
want to rerun the program if we can't improve on that time.
You might need to be a bit more specific than like that corner there, considering the delay. I'm going to need a number. Okay, man. Great. What time's at the end of the straight after turn 10? Yeah, turn 11. That's one that I tend to have trouble with rear traction at though, that's the only thing. I do struggle with rear traction. I have the RS set to manual. So automatic, sorry. There, I took your advice there, CJ. It did feel quicker. I don't know whether it was or not. I wasn't particularly looking at the speedometer. Definitely 2 times quicker now. But I'm losing everything on the straights. I'm losing loads on the straights. Please get to the line. Oh.
Final lap. This is the final lap of the program.
So what I'm going to do here, I can't, can I change, there we go. I set to hot lap with it. See there, I got the speed right, I just got my line wrong. Again. Oh, and I click return to garage. You know what? Bollocks to it. I'll leave that one. Let's go and try the ERS one. You reckon put this in? You say that's it, but that was the like 2 of the worst times I took. Yeah, it was 50 miles an hour faster, but I was offline and was going to crash, and it affected the lap time. It's not all about speedometer time. It's not all about apex speed. Otherwise, I might as well just go through the 200 miles an hour and not turn. Right, you reckon put this in low or none, and I'll still get the lap time. We'll see. That's weird, because in Australia I was 2 seconds off the pace. It might not be an issue. It might not just be it might not just be an issue of like little things like that, CJ. I might just not genuinely be good enough at the game to be able to do what you're asking me to do. I might just not have the talent. It's weird that you can set that to low and then just do it. You don't have to manage it at all. That's odd. Right, I'll try the quali one again, but I see. I don't want to play on easier difficulties. I want. I'm gonna have to consider tire wear here. That'd be alright. Every time we race last year, you pretty much showed me up. Yeah, but I'm different with the traction. With the traction settings, I feel like I'm a lot slower. I was definitely a lot faster on F1 2017 than I am on 18. An itch. Oh, you watch me to see the struggle. Yeah, it's all just personal preference, isn't it? Like you might enjoy it more. But evidently you do enjoy it more when you're on an easier difficulty setting. Like this is by no means set to the hardest difficulty setting, but this is just where my talent's at with a controller. I feel like this is a decent lap so far though. Look at the time plummet on the straights though. Like, the annoying thing here is I need the manual ERS, but then it's too much. I'm in hot now. I'm going to flash back and turn it off again. I'm just going to leave it in auto because it says it's in 3, and then when I go to manual, it puts it in 5. So I don't understand. The fuel mix is already in rich. Fuel mix can't go any higher. But look at the delta tumble on the straights. I just can't keep it high enough on the straights, even if I'm in manual ERS mode and it's on hot lap.
We're down on our target times. Let's try to find a bit.
I'm going to leave it in hot lap for the whole lap and see what happens. See, that's weird. I put it in auto and it leaves the ERS in high, but then you switch to manual and it defaults straight to hot lap. So I don't know whether it's in hot lap or not when it's in auto. restart. I'm gonna retry the practice program, but I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna leave it in like that. Yeah, I might genuinely just need upgrades. It might just be the car's not good enough. But I would have thought the practice programs would have been scaled to your car rather than like the car you're in. It's not going to set the Mercedes lap times with a McLaren car. So I feel like this is because I've got the ERS in manual. It's the ERS that was killing me off. No. I saw myself going towards the curb. And my brain is so used to being able to use that curb that I still try to use it. I need to not use that curb, says. Have traction control on medium. You cannot use curbs lane. Get your brain out of that mindset. See, I'll do it now. It was the ERS. I'm going to do it comfortably. Turns out the issue wasn't my driving at all, it was the automatic ERS setting. It wasn't going higher than 3. I'm going to do it by 0.6 of a second. No, it wouldn't let me change the fuel setting to max. So look, it won't let me go any higher than rich. It won't let me go any higher than rich. Glad you enjoyed the YouTube channel. Race strategy. Okay. Oh, sorry, I just reread your message, John and you. I understand where you're coming from now. Sorry, it was my bad, not reading your message from you.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
Yeah, dealing with ERS on a controller on 100% race distance is practically impossible. I quite simply don't have enough digits. Can you change MFD settings with the right stick though? Is that even a thing? That just changes my camera. Can I alter the buttons? And manually change the customize the controls. If I could do that, then that might be more manageable. It'll be a lot more manageable. Ah, thank you, Aaron. I will try that. I'm too busy looking at the thing. Practice programs are important for improvement in the car. That's why you do practice programs. You have to do all the practice programs to get resource points to improve your car, otherwise other teams will improve and you'll just be left behind. Get away from that curb, says. Still, my brain is it genuinely is, as was in the case in Australia, relearning the entire track, basically. I can't take the same racing line that I've been taking for the past 10 years on F1 games. It's like learning Build a Pro on Fortnite, but more extreme. Hey King Sane.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
This is the last practice program anyway, so don't worry. We'll be on to qualifying after this. This is the Bahrain Grand Prix. Bahrain. So BAHRAIN. Arabic pronunciation. Got that wrong. Horribly wrong. Still gaining time now. For peace of mind, that curve is a bit too unfortunate. Hey, see, last year and on previous years, I've been able to just use that curve, just lean on the curve, because it's got quite a high camber on it. I've been able to just lean on that curve and help rotate the car. Whereas this year, I quite simply can't touch that curve, otherwise the back end will slip. But you know, it is what it is. I have to relearn my lines on every circuit. I have to relearn my lines on every circuit. It's just part of the learning curve, isn't it? It's a new game. It's good that it's different. It makes it harder, but it's good that it's different. Otherwise, you might as well just reskin the same game every time.
You nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
You got to Baku, made a massive error in skipping quali. Not a good idea. No. Don't recommend skipping quali either, to be completely honest. No, the name Chesnoid isn't related to Chelsea in the slightest. I feel like I'm quite quick in the second sector. Don't know why. I just feel like I'm quite quick in the second sector. Oh, we're with McLaren, Chubby Bunny. Sheboygan.
Okay, super job.
That's good. I'm pleased with that. We've had a good practice session there. We've had a really good practice session there.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 30.2.
I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased with that.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three. Sainz, Perez.
Sainz with a
Wood.
115.
Practice times are on the board then, but no points
What?
are on offer just yet. We'll
There's
be
a
back
glitch.
with more F1 action soon.
I'm not entirely too sure how Sainz has done a 115. I'm quite surprised that... Well, I'm very surprised that Sergio Perez has done a 126. There might be some glitches in there somewhere along the way. That doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. Hopefully that's not the case in quali as well. The graphics are insane, yeah. Every year, Cody's absolutely smashed it out of the park with the visuals. Game looks incredible. I can only imagine what it looks like in 4K on PC. It looks even better in the wet as well, especially under the lights. Welcome to F1, Carlos Sainz. It was a good session for us. Ferrari don't seem to like me that much. We haven't had a interview for a while, have we? I'll go into P2 and P3, but simply for the 10 resource points I'll get for taking part. I should get 10 resource points for taking part.
An interesting practice session there.
In theory. Oh, I've got 25. Buzzing. Oh, that's an extra 50 resource plus. I've got a message. As you didn't complete any laps unless there's a number of resource point games relatively small. Okay, sure. That's fine. Do the same again. Ferrari are very strong in real life, to be fair. So you can understand why they're very strong in this in the game.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Hamilton, Raikkonen and Daniel Ricciardo. That concludes an interesting...
Do I have a reason behind your name on YouTube? When I was younger, I looked like someone called Ches from a soap, like Coronation Street, basically. I looked like a guy from Ches, so that's where Ches came from. And then the Noid is just random. Someone once called me Ches Lloyd. And then changed it to Chesnoid, and it was around about the time that I was setting up the channel, so I was like, oh, I'll just call it Chesnoid. Yeah, I don't use the... I use a automatic gearbox, King J. I can't get on with manual gearbox on the controller. It just doesn't suit me. Yeah, dry conditions on track throughout, as expected. Well, I was going to do something, wasn't I? Oh, it was in the... Can I do it? There we go. It was in the controls, wasn't it? Default MFD car setup panel. Also use look around. That's what you were on about, isn't it? In the chat. Use look around for the MFD. I'm 30, Wolfman. I'm 30 years old. The game's been out a matter of days, so it's still full price. Right, I'm just going to go to the toilet quickly, and then we shall qualify. I'll be back in 2 minutes. hi. Hello. Completed 200% races today. Jeeps, go on, boy. Oh, me. Right, let's just tweak the stream out. My green screen's doing that thing again, isn't it? Honestly. Why you do this? Makes no sense. Okay. Sorry. Alright, predictions for qualifying, boys. What do we reckon? Where do we think we're going to get? I have absolutely no idea at this stage. No idea whatsoever. I would like to try and save a set of tyres. Green screen's gone again. Why? I'm not doing anything.
The cars are ready, the drivers are ready. We hope you're ready. Qualifying is about
Z-Man with the 33 months in a row. Thank you, mate. 33 months is some long-term support. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, bro. Some 12ths, some 9ths. I'd almost be better off not making it into Q3, to be honest. And saving a set of super softs.
Engine fired. We're set.
It's not the green screen that's the issue, Reese. I think something must just be going on with the lighting with one of my bulbs is playing up or something. Tempted to let the Red Bull go, actually. I'm going to let the Red Bull go. Come on, Daniel. Tell you what, let's try this in manual now that we've changed the setup. Hey Dave. I just glanced down at the show. I'm in cause. Oh, is it Dylan? Yeah, it is. I've got a 130.9. That'd be a good benchmark. I'm not sure whether I was getting much of a toe from the Red Bulls, to be honest. Although I guess anything's better than nothing. The 130 flat, I'm pleased with that. That should be enough to get us through to Q2 at the very least.
Our best lap so far is a 1:30.0.
Oh, 8% tyre wear though. I'm definitely going to have to try and save a set of tyres for the race. Oh, how close we want to be with our teammate. Look at that. We are basically half a tenth faster than Fernando. That's exactly where we need to be. What car do I drive in real life? I drive a Mercedes CLA 45 AMG. I know it's a mouthful. Mercedes CLA 45 AMG. Do I think £35 is too expensive for a hoodie? No? Accelerate time to see if we fall. See how far we fall. Probably a better way to phrase it. Seb might... I'm not sure whether Seb's going to need to go out again. They set the time on a set of soft slip. Perhaps try something for the race. I might have been better off doing something like that as well. Trying to save a set of supers for the race. Seb might have to go out again though. Nah, he should be alright. He's got 5.5 tenths in the pocket. Yeah, Seb's fine. 12th. Fernando went again and he's gone a 10th quicker. Not too much in it, but he did go a 10th quicker. Oh, told to quit. Difficulty set to 95. Difficulty set to 95. You know what? I just can't be bothered to do the ERS. It's just too much. It's too much hassle. Maybe I'll use it in quali. I can't be bothered to do it in the race, but in quali I'm probably going to need it to go between hot lap and overtake and stuff. Alright, see you in a bit, mate. Now the question... No, because I was 12th on supers. Do I try something for the race? That's the question. Because I don't think I'm going to get into Q3. Well, if I don't think I'm going to get into Q3, it's not going to matter, is it? But if I, quote-unquote, accidentally or am able to get into Q3 on supers, then it means I'm going to have an extra set of softs that I don't really want.
There's a few cars out on track. Perhaps we should get out there before it gets busy.
I'll just go out on supers. It's not going to be a problem. Oh, the green screen again. Stop it. Maybe Bulb's going, I'm not sure. Glad you enjoyed the Fulham save, Jordan. Thank you, mate. Fernando did 1:29.9. We'll try and match that if I can. Thank you for the host. I don't play Madden, no. I'm not very good at it at all. $129.7, I'm actually very pleased with that. First FIFA 19 career mode is Tottenham. I don't think there's any correlation between difficulty setting and level of retirements, to be honest. Game is very much worth getting, yes, in my opinion.
Far is a 1 minute 29.7.
I'm actually really pleased with that time. We might make it through to Q3 with that. But that is a significantly worn set of tyres. We are through to Q3. I think Fernando just made it. He did! Fernando just made it. Both McLarens into Q3. Grosjean particularly slow. Sergio Perez slow too. I thought both of those cars would have been higher up. Carlos Sainz just makes it. But actually qualified P7 in that. Oh, I keep doing that. In that session, I'm actually really pleased with that. We qualified P9, didn't we, in Australia? We might be able to better that here. We're going to get an extra set of supers. Just to be fair, I might need in the race. I very much might need in the race. Let's see, I'm going to do... I'm tempted to go out on a set of warms and then go out and do... Yeah, I'm going to go out on a set of warm tyres, set a lap, and then we're going to come in, put on a fresh set and go again. Very excited for FIFA 19. Very excited. Snosher with a brand new subscription. Thank you, Snosher. Welcome to the club, my man. Thank you for the sub. Screwed up my exit of 10-2 there, trying to beat that. I'm 9/10 down on contest. can't talk about FIFA 19 career mode, I'm afraid.
We're up to P7, push for P6.
I'm going to put in a fresh set and go again. So let's accelerate time a little bit. I'll go out now. Fernando's waiting until right at the end of the session before going out.
Than we expected to be.
I've been to the British Grand Prix a couple of times, 8 damage, but I would like to go to a lot more Formula 1 Grand Prix, yeah, very much so. You're not really good at F1 on Xbox with a pad. It's definitely a lot harder on a pad, definitely. Rephrase, it's a lot harder to be quicker on a pad. A lot harder to be quick on a pad. Pad's definitely easier to pick up, but a wheel is definitely harder to master, and you will go a lot quicker. Really quickly, you know? Pulls that ball up completely. I'm going to abandon this lap and go again next time. Thank you for the bit, Z-Man. Got to make it count on this lap because we only just made the take a crab. Like literally a few seconds. Three tenths off the minute, which is good. Just need to not throw it away. And he's thrown it away. I don't have a favourite driver. I have drivers I like and drivers I dislike, but I wouldn't say I have a favourite. We are almost 6 tenths up now on our previous lap time on these fresh set tyres. Although to be fair, our Q2 time was 1:29.7. We're about on for a 1:29.7 again. We might be able to beat it. 1:29.63. That's a very good lap. I'm pleased with that, very much so. 7th on the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Superb, best of the rest in a McLaren.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. Raikkonen, Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets underway.
I'm really pleased with that. Almost 2/10 on our teammate as well. I do like Hamilton, yes. I forgot about the rivalry. That will help with the rival. We're still losing it, but we're getting there. We're recovering it. The best way to determine difficulty is right for you is comparing yourself to your teammate. Because obviously you're in the same car. If you're relatively close to your teammate, either in front or behind, then difficulty is probably about right. If you're a long way ahead of your teammate, then the difficulty is perhaps too low. And if you're a long way behind your teammate, then difficulty is perhaps a little bit too high. I don't know when I get the chance to choose another rival. Right, we've got some emails
Well
here.
done.
Oh, it's just
that was
one.
a good qualifying performance.
Thanks. Right, now do I do any more R&D? I mean, that's the question. We're still waiting on the crankshaft and the front wing main flat for China, but I might do another powertrain. That's unavailable at the minute until that's finished. Okay. It doesn't recommend anything. What should I do? I could reaming outer straights. I'm not really. It's more the front wing that I'm worried. Although some extra rear stability might be nice. Takes 2 weeks. I could do that. Some extra rear stability would be cool. They would see us take a big jumplet if you look at the performance index. They would see us take a sizable jump towards Renault. True. Durability is an idea with the reduced amount of parts. But I mean, I don't mind, considering we're not in a front-running team. I don't mind taking a grid penalty, like a massive grid penalty at one of my weaker tracks, and just replacing everything and getting like a 50 place grid penalty. I kind of want to do the aero, to be honest, but the car is slow. Maybe we'll wait. Maybe we'll wait, and then maybe we can do. Well, I can do both. I could do the pistons and the rear aero, but we'll wait and see if that fails first before doing anything else. Let's see. Let's see what happens. In which case, I'm quite happy to go to the race. I'm doing full races, yes. Full 100%
The curtain
length
rises
races.
more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today, with 15 corners and 2 DRS zones into turns 1 and turn 11. That should create some good passing opportunities. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Bahrain has showed us many times in the past, though, Anthony Davidson, that a good strategy will only take you so far. Beyond that, you need good racecraft and you need good consistency.
And a little bit of luck too, I'd say. This is one of those circuits where the safety car always seems to come out just at the right time to condense the field together and mix up the cars on different strategies. It's hard on brakes, it's tough on fuel, and the main overtaking opportunity is down into turn 1, where it's easy to outbrake your opponent and potentially have a bit of argy-bargy as well.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid,
very strong. He won the first race, of course.
Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, Wood, Alonso,
Woman
Sainz,
6.
Magnussen.
Someone's taken a penalty. Who's taken a grid penalty?
Perez,
Bottas has taken a
Romain
grid
Grosjean,
penalty. We're up to 6.
Leclerc, Sirotkin, Marcus Ericsson and Nico Hülkenberg. They've taken a grid penalty. Stroll and Pierre Gasly rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Well, that was
After
unexpected.
the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Oh my god. Fuzzy green screen. Great. Thank you for pointing out. It's like nothing has changed since the last stream. It just keeps going. Hey, sorry. Hey, sorry. Right, race strategy. I get the feeling I'm going to need that 2-stop. I might need a 3. I might need a 3. Actually, let's personalise it. Yeah, because my tyre wear is dead. It's gone fuzzy again. Oh my lord. I actually don't understand. But then it's not. I like turn from the screen. Like, how is me doing that? How is that affecting the... Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Why? I never have these sorts of troubles with my green screen. I don't understand. Drive fast, overtake people. Yeah, that's a good race strategy. It's more the pit strategy I'm worried about. I'm tempted to go for a 3-stop. I really am. Because I think... see, what's the difference? Difference there is 12 seconds. It's 11 seconds with a 3-stop. I might go 3-stop. Because we've got the extra pair of supers. I'm really like that. What do we think? 2 or 3-stop in the chat? Just simply type 2 or 3. Because I'm really unsure at this stage. Because I know my tyre wear is going to be high. I could always go... like super soft, soft. And then... we could go for the 2. Keep a mental note of how long the supers last and how long the softs last. If we do that, then I'll know if the softs are going to last till the end. Soft, super soft, soft. Do you reckon? I can't. No, I made it to Q3. I can't start on softs. I've got to start on the tyres that I set my fastest lap time on in Q3. I have to start on the supers. I could change for medium, but that's going to be a lot slower. Putting a set of mediums on is going to be a lot slower. Because they'll take forever to warm up and they just won't be very quick. I'm almost certain. I'll try and edit it. So yeah, it's just not going to make much difference. We'll go to what, super, medium, super. I could consider it, but would the medium tyres be? No, see, the medium tyres would be so worn that I wouldn't be able to make the medium tyres last. I went soft, super. Let me edit this. Soft, super, or soft. Hang on, let me do this. Super, soft, super, soft. No, it's not going to make a difference. I'll go for the 2-stop, and if I have to switch to a 3. Super soft, soft, super soft. I won't be able to make them last. I won't be able to make supers last that long. I'll go for 2, and then if we have to change it, we have to change it. Just double check. Personalised, because my tyre wear's high. My tyre wear is high. You know what? I'm going to go for personalised 3. I've made the decision. We're going to go for a personalised 3-stop. What we're going to do. And then, ooh, Big Web with a 2nd month in a row. Thank you, mate. Welcome to the club for a 2nd month in a row. Thank you for extending your contract. Let's just skip the formation lap. Ready? Here it goes, nothing. Oh, it's a slow start. It's a really slow start. Really narrow in here. A little bit of bump with the teammate, but we're alright. All we've lost is one spot there. We've done alright. After a really slow start, only losing 1 space to Fernando is fine by me. Awful by having a look at the inside of Fernando there, decided against it. Look. Past the teammate, rocking to P6 again.
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you.
Oh, I can feel the front end sliding in the dirty air off the back of the Red Bull. Front downforce is really badly affected, being in the tow. We might be better off with the people in front of me just disappearing slightly. It was, for the 3-stop, it was kind of crucial that we got those places back. Yeah, it was important that we were able to get back up into a decent position. When does it want me to pit? Like 10 to 15. 10 to 15, okay. Ferrari's having a look at each other. Kimi and Seb going for it. Lewis in first, disappearing. Kimi was started on pole, didn't he? So Kimi's lost a couple of places. Fernando's right behind me. He's got a bit of a gap to the car behind him, which is good news. Now it's important. I'm going to have to keep an eye on my tyre wear here, because the second super stint was shorter than the first, but this first set of supers we're using are already worn from qualifying, so I might need to make this stint shorter to make the second super stint longer. Just thinking out loud, I'm going to have a look at Daniel here. And bit of contact, but we've made it stick. He tried to hang it out there on the outside, but we were just able to hold him off. The power of the slipstream, he thought about going for me there as well. We were able to hold him off. It's good. I'm pleased with the fact Fernando's sticking with us. That makes me believe that, you know, the difficulty setting is right. If my teammate's basically sticking with me, then the difficulty setting is correct. Daniel's coming, I'm going to go defensive. He's going to have me here, we're going to concede that. There's no point needlessly fighting a place that I'm, like, long term not going to be holding on to. But with the slip, if I can stay ahead, I will. He's still on my outside there, Daniel. Still on my outside there. I'm giving him racing room. He's still there. Now he's tucked in behind. Back up to P5 again. Oh, that's why Kimi's going backwards. That he's on softs. Kimi's on softs, so they must have done something in quali. Splitting the strategies maybe on the Ferraris. Kimi on softs and Seb on supers. So Kimi's on the slower tyre, but will go longer. Got my line in there all right. Waiting to see Bottas start to make some moves, because he's not starting to come through the pack yet. Have to keep an eye on my tyre wear. 22 on the rears already. No, I am going to go on to softs next. I'm going to alter the strategy. I'm going to go softs next and see if we can make the two-stop work. But if we can't, then it means we don't, you know, we're not committing to the 3 immediately. It seems we're able to get ourselves past Danny Ritt. We might as well try and make the two-stop work if we can. But I'm really not sure I will. I think tyre race is going to kill me off in the end. We can have DRS here though, Daniel. We've got a decent gap. We've got a gap so much so that we don't need to worry about it. See you, Grayson. Thank you for the good luck wishes, my man. Fernando's sticking with the Red Bull. Doing superbly well. You can see the difference between the supers and the softs on the Ferraris, the way that Seb's just disappearing away from Kimi. Danny Ritt is within DRS range at 0.9 seconds. Having to be careful with throttle application already. I don't look up, so I've got ABS on. Have ABS turned on to full. Otherwise I would be locking up pretty much everywhere. Because I'm very, very heavy on the brake pedal. I'm not very good at trail braking. I'm not using the wheel, no, I'm driving with the controller. Probably tell from the erratic turnings and stuff.
Gap to car in front is 2.3 seconds.
The true test will be once we've pit. They're able to do the overcut. And with some fresh air in front of them and not me holding him up, disappear off into the distance, then, you know, fair play. Fernando's still there. DRS has been so strong. Fernando's able to keep with Daniel mainly because Daniel's stuck behind me. Oh, that's not gone well. I'm going to be vulnerable on the straight now. Plus, you're right, with Fernando challenging Daniel, it means that he's going to be slightly concerned with what's going on behind him as well as what's going on in front of him. It happened in Australia, didn't it, with the Toro Rossos? They were too busy fighting each other, and it allowed me the opportunity to open up like a 6-second gap in front of them at the end of the race. ERS is on auto as well, yes, Chris. It's all just personal preference. Maybe once I'm used to the game, and the lesser amount of traction.
It's just moved into first place.
Oh, Seb's just taken the lead. Vettel's put a move on Hamilton for the lead of the Grand Prix. Maybe once I get more used to having medium traction rather than full traction, I will start to use manual ERS as well. I use manual ERS in qualifying, but in the race, I just set it to auto.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.5 seconds.
I'm quite clearly holding Daniel Ricciardo up here. But he can't seem to get past me, so as long as that remains the case, he's just going to have to suck it up, I'm afraid, because I'm not going to move out of his way.
Vettel's in first place.
I'm driving for McLaren, yeah. The ginger-haired man is driving the ginger-painted car.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Go away, Daniel. Need to be wary now of those traditional Daniel Ricciardo lunges. He seems to have broken at least a little bit away from Fernando, or you can probably hear that, my tyre sliding across the tarmac there. I am sorely tempted, considering I'm keeping Daniel behind me to this point, to eke out this stint as long as possible. If I can make this stint last a little bit longer, then it's only going to favour me later in the race, surely. Unless Daniel pits. If Daniel pits, then I'll be forced to do the same and not eke it out a little bit longer. At the minute, we're going to pit on lap 10. No retirements as of yet. Not sure about any other incidents either, to be fair. Lap 1 was me and me and Alonso. Pierre Gasly had a collision with Hulkenberg on lap 1, but other than that, there's nothing. And then Ocon and Bottas had a collision with Magnussen on lap 6, and Marcus Ericsson had a little coming together with Hulkenberg as well in the wars. Hulkenberg, as well as Magnussen. Game is definitely worth buying, my man, yes. It appears to have broken... I think I might have broken DRS for Daniel now. 1.1, yeah, we've gotten out of DRS range from Daniel Ricciardo. That's great news. All we've got to do now is maintain that. Game's better than last year, yeah. Every year the game gets better. Alonso is still hounding. Daniel Ricciardo. It looks like Valtteri's gotten past everyone else though, look, and Valtteri's now up to P8. He was stuck behind a gaggle of cars, but he's worked his way past them after his grid penalty, obviously. We saw us stuck P6, not P7. I'll read that in a moment. Just get past this corner onto a straight. Alex Anderson with the brand new sub. Thank you, mate. Welcome to the family. Thank you for subscribing.
We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the in-lap.
Question is, do I go one more lap or not? Fernando's right up the back of Daniel Ricciardo. His tyres are falling off the edge now. And I'm actually not as bad with tyre wear as I thought I was going to be. There they are at 45%. I feel like I'm driving so much better than I did in Australia. So much better than I did in Australia. You guys will have to let me know. What's a followage command? What's a followage command, CJ? Or follow since? I don't know. I am Twitch noob. I just come here to play video games. Wow, the car's still good, you know. I'm going to keep going. Keep an eye on lap times.
The gap to the leader is 10.8 seconds.
It's a 1:35.6. Once lap times get into the 1:37s, that's when we'll consider stopping.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
We finished P10 in Australia, Andy, P10. Followaways shows how long people have been following. Okay. follow which or follow since? Because I saw two separate potential commands in the chat. What's the more common one? Follow which or follow since? I think Daniel's closing me down now. I feel like Daniel's closing me down. One of the Force Indians is holding up a real gang of cars towards the back. Tyres are gone. Tyres are gone. Follow wedge is more common. Alright, do a follow wedge then. I don't know how to set it up. I might just because I tried to set the corner too fast. Yeah. Tyres are gone. We'll pick this lap.
Our gap to the car in front is 3.7 seconds.
Right, I'm just gonna go and use the toilet quickly. I don't know if staying out was a mistake. Right, BRB. Then we'll pit and continue on.
Ahoy.
Right, what did you set the cooldown period to follow wedge, CJ? So I don't want people spamming it. That just failed miserably. Maybe wait until after the stream, CJ. Do it off stream rather than spamming the chat with it now. We'll do it after the stream and then it'll be ready for next time. Right, we're in the pits. Bottas is up to wait.
Go, go, go.
2.5 seconds, decent pit stop. Game's definitely worth buying, yeah. We'll do it after the stream, CJ.
Receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross
I've
over
got people on the outside of me, this is going to be awkward. Williams right behind me, I've been able to stay ahead of Lance Stroll. Wow. That's crucial. Look at that train of cars behind me. That's absolutely vital that we were able to... Absolutely vital that we were able to do it. That the pit stop was that quick and we were able to get out just ahead of that gaggle of cars. Otherwise, we probably could have lost a lot of time. Yeah, rather than like fill the chat with the adcom, delcom, we'll just do it after the stream, please. And I need to give to you a sub as well, don't I? Got to do that last time. Right, so how far are we wanting to go on these now? So this is lap 12. There are 45 laps to go. So in theory, if I want to do a two-stop, I'm going to have to make these tyres go to lap 35. It wants me to hit lap 34. I'm going to have to make these go to lap 35 if I want to do a two-stop, basically. If they don't go to lap 35, then I will be forced to do the 3. But regardless of when I next stop, I'll go on to softs. And then we'll either be on those softs till the end, or we'll change to a set of supers again. What the hell? Cheat having water while driving. No, it's a cheat to pause it to drink. If I was a real F1 driver, I'd have a button on my steering wheel that I could press to get a drink. Charles Leclerc is pit, so we're now ahead of the Sauber.
The gap behind us is 2.2 seconds.
Basically, what we want to do is come out ahead of our teammate. I'm not really that bothered about coming out ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, because I think by the end of the Grand Prix he will have overtaken me anyway. But I would like to come out ahead of Fernando. P12. Excuse me. Because by this point, these guys' super softs are starting to wear off a little bit. So we should be considerably quicker than the majority of the cars around us right now. Yeah, lap 34 or 35 for a two-stop. Just in case if these tyres will last. Hopefully they will, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyone else in the pits? No one in the pits yet. Just myself and Charles Leclerc that are pit so far, I believe. Say on the race director how many pit stops people have done. Yeah, just my... Oh, Kimi stopped as well. Look, Kimi stopped... No. It says Kimi stopped. But he's still on the same set of softs, unless he's... No, that's weird. Carlos Sainz... Oh, both the Renaults have pit. Perez pit as well. Where's the other Force India? Oh no, was it Ocon? Someone pit? I think it's just a glitch. It was... Oh, it was Charles Leclerc that pit. There you go. What a chase. Ocon was the one I just overtook. Raikkonen's pit, but it still only shows one tyre. He hasn't got a drive-through or anything, has he? No. That's weird. Improved so much. See what sits. Yeah, I think I am getting better. I think I'm just. It's not necessarily getting better at the track. It's just getting better at driving with medium traction. Plus, this is one of my favourite circuits, which helps. Oh, you're slow on that apex. Slightly held up here by the Toro Rosso and the Haas. We should be able to get him down the straight. I don't want to take him into 10. I just don't. No, I don't like this corner at the best of times. It's going slightly defensive, but I'm still going to... It's not worth it. It's too narrow. Orbit's gone a little bit wide. He went deep, so we're able to take the place. Thank you, Brendan. You're next, Roman. You're next. I'm playing Gran Turismo, or Gran Turismo Sports, so I need to change. I've not played Gran Turismo since Gran Turismo 2. Or since Feeder, Buck Rogers was on the soundtrack. I think that was the last time I played. Oh, Grosjean's in. I think that was the last time I played Gran Turismo. And Perez is in as well, and Hamilton or Bottas. It's Valtteri Bottas. So we're coming out ahead of Bottas as well. That's good news. Because Bottas was behind us when we pit. By about that margin.
Okay, car ahead is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car ahead.
Verstappen is pit as well. So Alonso might be running near the front now. Alonso might well be P1 or 2. It's P4. Okay, never mind. Got slightly carried away. I haven't seen anything of the Crew 2 yet. I wanted to play the Crew 1, but just didn't have time. Couldn't find enough spare time. Posty follows Will on Twitter, does he? When did that happen? Is that a new happening, or has that been a reason for a while? Because I know Posty watches a lot of YouTube, and obviously he's friends with Ethan and Ela from H3H3.
The gap to the car ahead is 5.7 seconds.
K-Mag's in the pits. It's going to be another place back up to P7. And Danny Rick's in the pits as well, and can we come out ahead of him? There you go, the extra lap hasn't harmed us. We are, in fact, we've probably gained a little bit of time on Daniel Ricciardo. We've been pretty damn quick on these softs so far. If I can make a 2-stop work, we could finish as high as 7th. I still think Daniel will get me by the end. We could finish as high as 7th. Don't know if it's me, you just saw it. Okay. That's goals, that is. I'll Posty follow you on Twitter. The tyres looking like 11%. Alonso's in the pits.
Fernando's in for his stop.
Now Fernando should come out either just behind Danny Rick or between the two of us. I think he's going to come out behind Daniel Ricciardo. He must have lost a little bit of ground on Daniel after we pit. His tyres must have gone off quicker than the Red Bulls. But I've just noticed Daniel's on supers. Daniel Ricciardo looks like he's going for a 3-stop. He must be on a 3-stop. If he's got supers, he must be on a 3-stop. Unless he's going to go supers medium, but it seems rather counterproductive. And if he is on a 3-stop, then I really don't need to fight him that hard, because hopefully he won't gain a whole pit stop on me. Just noticed Max Verstappen ahead of me is also supers. He could go super soft, soft, but I don't think they'd last long enough, CJ, to be honest. Like, the default 2-stop was super soft, soft. He might be able to eke them out. Because he went like 15 laps. He went like 15 laps on the supers, didn't he? So if he could do that again, 30. Yeah, he could go supers to softs. It would be one hell of a tyre saving effort, though. It would be one hell of a tyre saving effort. He's able to go supers, and then softs. I think he's going to get me down this next straight. Oh, he's all over me. He's all over me. I'm not going to fight this too hard. There's no point fighting it too hard. He's just quite simply gone. No, I've got an automatic gearbox, owner. I can try and use the slipstream to stay with him for a little while. But I'm not going to fight it too hard. Valtteri's in 7th now as well. I think 7th is probably going to be our best potential finish. But I will try my hardest to finish higher. Smithy the Hobbit just subscribed. Thank you, mate. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime on me. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Welcome to the team. Seb's just put in the fastest lap of the race. Didn't realise I had it. Oh, what? You didn't realise you had your Twitch Prime free? Well, thank you for subscribing regardless. Pardon me. Yeah, I was sad the Wimbledon Series had to end early as well. I will do an RTG on FIFA 19, but it won't be a youth-only RTG. It will just be a Cambridge United RTG. If I can cling on to the back of Daniel here the way Fernando did in the first stint. Daniel obviously got a sight of me in his mirrors there and panicked because he locked up as well. He had a big lock up going into that corner. Braked a little bit too late as I was trying to explain something, and now Valtteri Bottas has caught us both right up. It's cost us about 7 or 8 tenths, that little coming together. Thank you for the sub. I'll check that in a moment. Again, just in the middle of the corner. It's Andy Hilly with the tier 1 sub. Thank you, mate. Welcome to the team. Valtteri's on my God, he's gone for that, hasn't he? I'll try the switch back, but I don't think I'm going to have the traction. Or maybe with DRS. Oh, okay, great. He was behind me through the detection point. That's frustrating. Bye, Valtteri.
Teammate by 5.6 seconds.
So I think 7th is going to be where we're going to finish. Fernando's gone super soft as well. I think maybe the AI are going for a 3-stop, you know. If I can make this 2-stop work, we might just be able to finish 5th or 6th. Maybe. Depends how far away from me Daniel and Valtteri get in this stint. And I've still got another 15 laps or so to go. But we might be fighting them towards the end of the race if I can do this 2-stop for a higher points of finishing position. If I'm going to do a lower league career mode, it's going to be with Cambridge. This will probably be the last lap I get DRS, and then Valtteri's going to get away from me now. 42-year-old Joel Asoro, you're not wrong. I'm interested to see what happens with the gap to Fernando. Six seconds, almost dead to Fernando. Remember that. Quite in DRS range. Hey Foxy. Yeah, I'm running quite a few assists, so I'm on a controller. Got ABS on, traction control is medium, automatic gearbox. ERS is in manual at the minute as well. Oh, sorry, ERS is in auto at the minute as well. See, I didn't really play enough of 17 to get a real noticeable feeling of whether this one is noticeably better than 17 or not. But it does, at first glance, from 2 races compared to what I played last year, it does feel better. I did a F1 2017 stream about a month ago, didn't I? And I felt like this is better than that. I was at the British Grand Prix. I'm planning on streaming this fairly regularly, yes, Ion. Hopefully at least twice a week, if not more. Two and a half to Valtteri now, they're starting to get away from me. 5.6 to Fernando is closing on me. Maybe I should stop talking for a couple of laps and just concentrate on putting in some lap times. Sergio Perez is out of the race. Why is that? Perez, mechanical failure. Mechanical failure, engine, presumably. Look for a pink one. I think this is Ocon, isn't it? Yep, that's Ocon. Oh, he's already gone from there. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I think everyone's picked now, yeah. I think everyone's stopped at least once. Pretty sure everyone's stopped at least once by lap 22 at Bahrain. I think I might be able to make the two-stop work, but I'm going to be really low on tyres towards the end of both stints. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. I'm not sure what for. No collisions or anything. It might be just where Sergio retires.
Okay, clear.
Probably is just where Sergio retires. Fernando's really closing on me now. But he is on supers. You have to remember that. He is on super softs. And they will start to wear a lot quicker than mine.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
About 32 to softs.
Got that confirmed.
I think that is the team telling me they don't think my tyres will last to lap 34. But I'm going to have to make them last till lap 34 if I want to do a two-stop. How many days before read?
4.8 seconds.
You might need to want to
Gap
retype
to
that.
teammate behind
Days.
is 5.4 seconds.
How many more days till what? We've got a little bit more time on Fernando now. I want to open up a little bit. Oh, your iPad glitched, ignore. Okay, first. Oh. How many more days till read? The game's literally just come out, Messi Pan. So it's about £50 right now, because it's brand new. Although you might be able to find it cheaper, like at Tesco's or something. I'm not sure where the cheapest place to buy. I buy everything off the dashboard, so I'm not sure where the cheapest place to buy a physical copy would be. They were kind enough to send me a code this year. My rears are killing me out of there. I do play the gamepad, yes mate. I'll try and make these tyres go another 9 laps, I'm just not sure they will, you know. No, I like having ADS on. It's just my own personal preference. I think Fernando would have caught me a bit on this lap because it's been scrappy. Oh, 5.2. Basically holding station against Fernando right now. My AI is set to 95, James. Still pumping in 135, early-ish 135s. That felt like a scrappy lap.
Okay, gap ahead is 6.4 seconds.
It's 5.3. We actually pulled out a 10th in that sector, but I felt like a bit of a scrappy turn. 5 and 6. You're on 80% difficulty and you want to clear out. He's struggling, bro. It's just practice. That's how you get better. It's literally just play the game. And over time, you will get better. You might find yourself hitting a skill ceiling. I've done that with games like COD and Fortnite and stuff. I've gotten to a point where I'm as good as I know I'm going to get. But I think that's just my age. And my slower reflexes. Actually pulled up to 5.9 on Alonso there. Whether he had a moment or we just had a good middle sector. It's not my old man eyes. My eyes are still decent. See, that was a 34.4. That was like 9/10 quicker than my last lap. That's how scrappy my previous lap was. It's not my eyes that are old, man. It's the brain taking the signal from the eyes. Fortnite definitely didn't die about a month ago. Casey Nash with a brand new subscription. Thank you, mate. Welcome to the family. Fortnite died to you about 3 years. I haven't played Fortnite at all recently, but that's purely because I haven't had any time. It's not due to me not wanting to play the game. Like, I've still been watching content. I've still been watching Fortnite videos. I just haven't had the time to actually play it. See, the other guy's supers are starting to go off again now. I don't know whether they're going to be able to do a two-stop on supers, going super to super, you know. Maybe.
To first place is 35.5
Maybe.
seconds.
We've just... We are, by the end of this lap, we will have passed half race distance. Stop Lake with these 17 months in a row. Oh, hi there. Just got back from a 5-a-side tournament with my mates where we finished second and had it seen my 17th anniversary. 17-month anniversary. Holy bananas. Holy bananas indeed, my man. Thank you for the resub. think I can finish 7th if I can keep my tyres. If my tyres last, I can finish 7th. But if I have to make an extra stop... It's close. If I have to make an extra stop, I'm not sure. Where will I come out if I pit now? I'll come out 10th. If I have to make an extra stop for supers at the end, I may only finish 9th or 10th. But if things stay as they are, then we should be able to finish P7. It depends if Daniel Ricciardo and Valtteri Bottas, who has now taken Daniel Ricciardo, by the way, I just noticed. It depends if they're doing a 2 or a 3 stop, because if they're doing a 3 stop, we might be able to finish as high as 5th. Might. If my tyres last, and if I can keep the pace high enough to keep within an extra stop of them, we might be able to finish as high as 5th. I think it's a good gauge. I think it's a good gauge that the difficulty setting is pretty much spot on, because I'm basically level with my teammate.
We're leading our teammate by 6.7 seconds.
In Australia, Fernando finished 9th, I finished 10th. Here in Bahrain, it's the other way round. I'm 1 spot ahead of Fernando. I think if I get a job offer from someone like Renault or Haas, I might consider it at the end of this first season. Because I think that still would be a step up, depending on what the performance index looks like at the end of the season after we've had all the upgrades and stuff.
Quick word on the tyres, they look okay for now, but we can see the wear. If you can't feel it already, then you'll certainly start too soon. Just be careful.
I'm being careful. Not to 40%. I need to get them to lap 34. I either need to get them to lap 34 or I need to pit now. And I don't want to pit now. I still feel like they've got some grip left in them. So I'm going to commit to the 2 stop. And I'm pretty sure the fact that the others have been able to go... the others been able to go on supers and then supers and last this long, but they're also on a 2 stop. They've just done it on supers rather than going. They're just running 2 sets of super softs rather than 2 sets of the yellow stripe soft. I will stream FM19, yeah. I do want to stream some Ultimate Team as well on FUT. What's the thing to pull away from Fernando so slightly? Interested to see what the gaps are down there. Tom Turner with a brand new sub. Thank you, mate. Welcome to the family. We are kind of holding station to Daniel now, so his supers are falling off. I just quite simply don't have the time to play PES right now, bro. I'm committing to playing this quite a bit on stream. I want to become like a go-to Formula 1 streamer as well as a go-to FIFA YouTuber. I want to have like 2 strings to my bow. You know what? I hadn't even thought of fuel, and it's literally nominal right now. It's just as well you said that, Ion, because I hadn't given it any thought whatsoever. Bottas and Danny Rick have pit. I've just noticed we've gone up to 5th. Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo have pit. They're going to have to make those softs go an awful long way. 27 laps. Although to be fair, we're going to have to make ours go 23, so no, it makes sense. Just the AI are better at managing their tyres than I am. So I think, provided Fernando doesn't catch me in the last stint of the Grand Prix, we should be finishing 7th. We started the Grand Prix. We started the Grand Prix with like 0.0 or 0.5, sorry, of a lap extra fuel. So I will need to run in lean for a little bit, but not for too long. That's what I need to not do. Why do I use flashbacks? Because if I crash now, I've basically wasted an hour and 10 minutes of my time. Or however long I've been live. Because obviously I'm not going to do another race.
We're approaching the pit window.
It's 100% race difference. So I might as well just use the flashback and stay on the track. Fernando's in the pits as well.
In the pits.
There you go, 2.5 hours since how long we've been live. Where's that time from? And I'll be honest, I don't want to feel like my time's been wasted. I want to actually compete. For the sake of entertaining
The gap to the car
content.
behind is 8.1 seconds.
Up to P4. Let's miss that one's pit. So I believe it's Seb and the two Mercedes in front of me. Oh no, it's Kimi and the two Ferrari. Yeah, Bottas is behind me. Seb's actually pit a second time. See, it's not showing everyone else's tyres for some reason. Rephrase. It's showing 2 sets of tyres for me with 1 stop. Like, it's just not consistent. Like, if you stop twice, there should be 3 sets of tyres there. If I stop once and there's 2 sets of tyres there. You see what I mean? Like, the starting tyres are supers, then he stopped once to go to softs. But Max's starting tyres were supers, he's then pit again for supers and again for softs. So there should be 3 sets of tyres there. I'm sure they'll patch that. In fact, if someone could clip that, I might send it to him. But it's probably too late now.
Vettel's just moved into first place.
It means Kimi's stopped, if Seb's just gone first again.
Gap to car in front is 40.
Why is your man being timed out? Oh, okay. First. Lewis was in the pits as well. Thomas Brooks with the sub. Thank you, mate. Welcome to the family.
Green flag.
Is that another retirement? There's only 18 cars running, but there's only been 1 retirement. What? That'll make no sense. Kimmy's on the mediums. Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. K-Meg's out the race. So the AI are going... He's gone soft... Kimmy's gone soft medium. Because he was already on softs. He's already pit. He must have gone soft, super soft, medium. See, it's correct for Lewis there. With 3 sets of tyres. But the rest should have 3 sets as well. I think it's because they've gone from super soft to super soft. It hasn't registered it as another set of super soft. Do you see what I mean? Like, the game's just not registered the change of super softs as another set. It's just... I mean, reading it as always being on super softs. Rather than the fact that they've run two separate sets. So when I stop and go from soft to soft, it might not change for me either. Or it may well change for me. It may well change for me because...
Okay, the car behind has newer tyres than you. Maintain our gap if possible.
It may well change for me because I'm the user, not AI. But you are right, King J. Sometimes at the minute, flashbacks do make stuff glitch. There was we saw it in Australia, didn't we, where we flashbacked and it brought out a VSC. I have seen other people flashback and then it brings out a safety kind of stuff. You can just re-flashback and it will remove it, but still.
The car behind has come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Softs on the car behind.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pit next lap, so... What my tyres at? 52%.
Caution, caution.
What did K-Mag retire with? Was it just an engine failure? Yeah. Well, it says mechanical failure. It could have been.
Gap to teammate behind is
Can you put the clip?
28.4 seconds.
He's just on the right hand side of the track there. Can you put the clip in Discord, please, CJ?
Okay, clear.
And then, like, just DM me it on Discord. And then I can maybe send it to the right person after the stream. Or tomorrow, this way. I'm busy tomorrow, so Saturday. Yes, sir. Thank you, mate. Right. I am tempted to go a lap extra again. But I don't think I need to. Also, I don't want to waste any time battling Lewis, to be honest.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
And Lewis is on a charge. Jimmy, let's go in. So this will probably move us back down to 9th or 10th, maybe? Hold on, I need another bottle of water. Wait. Ahoy. Yeah, managing fuel might be an idea now, actually, with the fresh tyres. And then I can push or defend later on in the race. It's a good shout, Ion. Thank you for the tactical advice. The water's not warm, no. It's kind of room temperature. We're driving for McLaren, Abish. Driving for McLaren. Ew, room temperature.
Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation.
Oh my god. CJ, subscribe. You wanted me to do that yesterday and I forgot. 2.586 is decent. Another decent stop. Oh my god, it's me.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those
We've
tyres.
come out ahead of Fernando. Question is, how far ahead of... Oh, not very. So the question is how far ahead of Fernando, but clearly he's right behind me. And I am going to have to... I'll wait till I'm on a straight. I'm going to put it in lean. Just for a little while. Just to get the fuel back up. And then I'll have enough. No, I don't like 3D racing lines, horrible. I've literally driven with 2D racing line for 10 years, if not longer. Well, no, longer, since, well, basically ever since it was introduced. 3D line is, I've always hated driving with a 3D line. Yeah, see, lean's drastically improved my fuel already. I don't need to stop again, but if I do, it will be for a fresh set of supers, not another set of softs. If for whatever reason there's a safety car, I can pit again for... I can maybe get a free pit stop for supers and then nail it, depending on when the safety car comes out, of course. Even being in lean, I'm still, at the minute, able to maintain the gap to Fernando, at least I feel like I'm maintaining the gap to Fernando. How short the gap to Daniel is. It was 15 or 16, wasn't it? My AI is set to 95. I might consider raising it in a few races' time, but I finished P10 in Australia and wasn't very fast, and this just happens to be one of my favourite circuits. I think that's why I'm doing so well. But I'm still right here with my teammates, so it's not like it's far too easy. Not like I'm absolutely destroying my teammate. But over the course of 36 laps, he's within 3 seconds of me, so I think it's pretty spot on. The gap to Daniel 17.6. I'll try and run in lean until lap 40, and then we might be able to even run in rich for a little bit. Maybe lap 39. So that's saving quite a bit of fuel right now.
Okay, gap ahead is 17.6 seconds.
Might be able to come out of lean by the end of lap 38. Pretty sure. Could probably come out and lean now, I think, because I think I had 0.50 of an extra lap's worth of fuel anyway. We're maintaining the gap to Fernando, if not slightly increasing it. But half of that might be the fact because I'm in lean, my rear tyres aren't lighting up so much, so it's actually meaning that I'm not losing that much time. Right, maybe being in standard and my rear wheels sliding around a little bit more, then I was actually losing more time than I was gaining by being in the higher fuel setting. Might be something to bear in mind for future reference. If I'm struggling with traction at a track, I could maybe consider switching into lean and seeing how I get on. And maybe being in, if I'm in lean for like the last half of the stint, then I might be able to be in rich for the first half of the stint when I've got more grip and can deal with the rear slipping out a little bit more. Or it might just be that, you know, these tyres are only 4 laps old. I think McLaren on the game are better than they are in real life. But to be fair, after Australia, where Fernando finished P6, I think they expected to be a lot better than they are right now in real life. I think if it hadn't been for the Ferrari power upgrade, they might still be, you know, point scoring every race. But because Haas and Sauber have had the Ferrari pace upgrade, and Toro Rosso don't seem too bad with the Honda every now and again. McLaren have actually been going backwards.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
That's good. Oh yeah, I was going to change back, wasn't I? Follow that. Let's do it now. I should be able to run in standard till the end of the race now. I feel like I'm definitely getting better at managing the throttle there. I'll probably be shooting for about another half an hour, mate. We've got at least another 18 laps to go in this Grand Prix, and they're like a minute 30, a minute 30 hot, so I'm going to be shooting for at least another 36 minutes. Probably another 45. Doing 100% races on F1. It's like one of my favourite things to do. Alright, Dave. Catch you later, my man. Ciao for now. Afterwards tonight, I'll be doing cat things. Yes, CJ. I'm going to chill with the cat for a bit. I've got an early-ish morning tomorrow because my mum and Natalie are coming over mid-morning, so I'm going to have to make sure I'm up slightly earlier than mid-morning so I can have a shower and stuff. Van Dorn's struggling with reliability as much as anything else. He was running in the points he was running the points somewhere. Was it Hungary? Might have been running in the points in Hungary and had a mechanical issue. I think it was running P10 and had a mechanical issue. See you, Evan. Thank you for popping out to the stream, mate. I appreciate the support. Well, I went in a bit deep there. Giggity. to Fernando in 2.4. But my ERS is currently set to low. Oh, it's just changed. It was set to low, now it's stepped back to medium. Definitely losing a lot of time to the Red Bulls though. But I like this. This is where McLaren should be. McLaren should be battling to be best of the rest. And the gap to the Renaults isn't that much. Like Carlos Sainz isn't that far behind Fernando. You can see him on the minimap. Like when I bring the minimap back up, have a look for the yellow dots just coming around turn 8, sorry. Gamescom was really good, thank you. Always just being the fastest lap of the race.
The gap to the car ahead is 20.4 seconds.
Thanks, Jeff. Fernando's just sat there about 2.5 seconds away from me. I'm not fast enough to pull away. He's not fast enough to catch me. The only thing that is happening is Daniel Ricciardo's just disappearing further and further and further down the road. Fuel's going to be fine. We're still over an extra lap's worth of fuel. If I have to, I should be able to run in rinse a little bit to try and defend from Fernando at the end of the race. But our tyres should go off at about the same rate. I wonder what I was going to check. Yeah, see for me, I've gone super soft, 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 but because I've gone soft, soft, it hasn't registered the extra set of tyres. Hulkenberg's gone on to the mediums, strangely. Super soft, soft, medium. So obviously struggling with tyre wear there. And Raikkonen's gone soft, soft, medium. He's not used supers at all, which is very strange. Still running P2 though, so fair play. Started on pole, and he's not got any super softs left. We're currently running 7.8. Lance Stroll's doing well, up in 13th. Started 19th, but he's having a good race. Sergio Perez started 12th, Kevin Magnussen 9th. Where's Grosjean? Grosjean started 13th, he's 14th, currently not having the best of Grand Prix. As long as I can maintain the gap to Fernando, I'm happy. Obviously not going to catch Daniel. I would like to finish ahead of Fernando. Considering he beat me by a single place. He beat me by a single place in Australia. I'd like to beat him by a single place here in Bahrain. Flying Piano Lid with the 35 months in a row. My man. Thank you, mate. Very much appreciate that. I do remember you from Insomnia, yeah, Pro Alexander fan. That was 2017? About this time last year, wasn't it? Or was it the March one? It was either the March one or the August one. Probably the March one, actually, because I don't think I went to the August one.
2.4 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think I went to the August one because it landed around Gamescom. But yeah, I really know. We got a selfie, didn't we? I think. Pretty sure.
Gap to car in front is 21.7 seconds.
So I'm still maintaining the gap to Fernando. I'm having to drive my absolute tits off to maintain that gap. Best ever F1 driver, Ayrton or Michael, or Fangio. And everyone said I've not seen any actual full-on race footage, but Jim Clark is very highly regarded. I think even Fangio said that Jim Clark was the best racing driver he'd ever seen. That speaks volumes. Fangio, Jim Clark, Ayrton and Michael are right up there. And then literally right behind them are people like Alain Prost, Niki Lauda, Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, Marcus Ericsson. So, is this practice or qualifying? It's the race. You had a 33% chance of getting it right, and you named the two options that it wasn't. I know you don't like Hamilton, CJ, but the man is a fucking phenomenal driver. I'm not having it any other way.
You're a +1 lap of extra fuel target, +1.
He's really not an overrated driver. Just because you don't like him as a person, it doesn't... Admiral for the win with a brand new subscription. Welcome back to the family, mate. Thank you for the bits, Ashley. Who do I think will win the F1 World Championship? Genuinely, I think Seb's got it in the bag. Providing his reliability is there, and he doesn't drop it into a barrier like he did in Germany. Like Monza, Ferrari have the power advantage. Singapore, Ferrari have the better car. Or rephrase, Mercedes are always poor around Singapore.
Let's make sure we keep managing them properly.
Lewis is good. Lewis is always good in Brazil and Abu Dhabi and America. But I think Ferrari have the power for Mexico. I think it's Seb's to lose at this stage. Even though he's still trailing Lewis, I still think it's Seb's to lose. If Seb fails to finish in any race though, I think Lewis will win it. But if Seb can finish every race and finish top 3 every race, well, basically if Seb finishes a race in the remaining few Grand Prix, if Seb finishes he wins. Fernando's getting a little bit closer to me now. I'm starting to get a bit worried about that. I'm just going to concentrate for a couple of laps. I wouldn't say Seb is 10 times the driver Lewis is.
Okay, gap ahead is 23.3 seconds.
Seb can only win in an OP car, fact? Well, no. Because 2016 and 17, Mercedes had the overpowered car and Seb was still getting wins. Danny Rick was still getting wins at Red Bull. Right, they didn't have an OP car in 2016 and 17, and he was still picking up wins in his Ferrari. Fernando's close now. No, I don't like this. I'm going to switch to Rich for a bit. Try to extend that gap out again. I don't like the fact Fernando throws it from 2.5 to 2 seconds. I'll open it back up if I can to 2.5 and then I'll come down again. Whoop. Any more races tonight? No. These are 100% races, bro. I've been streaming for like... By the time the stream finishes, I'll have been live for like 3.5 hours just doing this one Grand Prix weekend. I'm afraid not, considering it's already 10:30. Doing Baku. Yeah, Baku's a long one now. You have to concentrate the whole time. All the street circuits feel like such long races. You have to concentrate so hard the whole time. Extended the gap back out again. Switch back to standard. Nine laps to go. goes.
Our gap to the car in front is 22.8 seconds.
Oh, the gap to Fernando's up to 3. I don't know whether he had a moment, or his tyres are going, or he's had to switch out of a rich fuel mix. But we opened it up from 2 to 2.5, being in rich. I switched back to standard, and it's still extending. I just put in another really quick lap. Just put in back-to-back 33 flats. Those 2 laps might well have just kept us in 7th place, you know. I don't think I'll do a FUT Road to Glory this year, no. I will stream some FUT though, for sure. I mean, any retirements from cars in the top 6 would be great. That'd be really lovely, thank you. How many points do I get for 7th? It's 6. How many do you get for 6th? Because we're on 1 point so far from Australia, and the team goal was to get 10 points. So I need 9 from. I need 9 from.
The gap to the car ahead is 22.3 seconds.
You get 8. Oh, okay. So even if I finish, even if we get a retirement in front of us and I finish 6th, I'd still be a point short. Oops. I'd still be a point short of the team goal, so it doesn't matter. If 2 people would like to retire from the top 6, that'd be great. Get 10 for finishing 5th, yeah. We're just going to go to the toilet quickly because I'm kind of busted. Ahoy. BRB. Ahoy. Right. And re-engage.
23.0 seconds.
I'm to drive really hard here to stay in front of Fernando. Cars at 38 and 37% on the rear. Fernando is closing me up again. I might have to switch to Ricks again for a little bit. I'm gonna do it. If I could get some DRS off this back market, that would be great. Williams is Sorokin, I think.
You're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
Extend the gap over Alonso again a little bit. It is the Williams of Sorokin on the fourth wide.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Five laps of fuel remaining. There's 5 laps of race remaining. You have to underfuel the car by 10 laps at Monaco, really? I had to underfuel by 5 laps, I think, in Australia. I can't afford to let Fernando get within a second of me because of the DRS, so I'm effectively working with 1.5 seconds rather than a 2.5 second gap. Telling me I'm approaching back markers, they are being blue flagged. If I could just get some DRS off you down the main straight, that'd be great, Sergey. Thank you. Four laps to go. I'm not going to get any DRS. Some slipstream will help though. 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go. It's 2 seconds to Fernando. I'm going to have to defend from Fernando on the last couple of laps, I think. He's going to catch me, and then I'm going to have to defend for my life to keep hold of P7 against my teammate. This might be a particularly nail-biting end to the race. Now under 2 seconds. Shit. I'm genuinely worried about losing P7 to Fernando right now. Oh, I see it. Park on the apex, mate. That's a great idea. Cheers, then. That's okay. Did not go according to plan. Hopefully, Fernando has trouble getting past him as well. Put it in lean for a little bit. No, Fernando's past him. 1.1 seconds, I'm probably going to lose P7 here. I'm going to have to defend for my life. I might go silent a bit. I'm just going to concentrate on driving. Yeah, I do need, you're right, CJ, I do need this result. I need to finish ahead of Fernando after he beat me by a single position in Australia. Returning the favour here is important. I'm still just outside DRS range. The gap's still just over a second. So hopefully he's not going to be able to catch me down the straight here with the DRS. Shouldn't have it. 2 laps to go. Just put in my fastest lap of the race. Talk about when you need it. Just put in my fastest lap of the race. I need to basically drive 3 quali laps with dead tyres to stay ahead of Fernando. My tyres are at 50% almost on the rears. Closer. Stop concentrating on what's behind you, concentrate on what's ahead. Still just outside DRS range, 1.1 seconds again. But we are catching traffic. Not only is it a single car, it's 2 cars that are battling each other, which is always particularly awkward to try and get past. It's a Sauber and a Toro Rosso. And Fernando's going to have DRS here, he's going to be within a second of me. I am going to be able to put it in Ritz for the last lap though. .9 seconds, he's getting there. I'm going to go Ritz now. On this straight and then the main straight.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
One more lap.
This is your final lap.
0.7 seconds. He's coming for me! Go away, Fernando. Oh, my rear end stepping all over the place. Audio-wise, it almost sounds like I've got a puncture right now.
Okay, gap ahead is 26.3
Seb's
seconds.
won the race. Oh, that's what the sound is. It's the bloody fireworks. This DRS off the back of Ericsson is going to be crucial. I'm going to get DRS off the back of Ericsson and Gasly. And that might well be enough to see me keep hold of P7. Don't you dare. Thank you, Pierre. No! He turned back again. Fernando's caught behind him. That is P7 for me. Did you see that second move? I wonder if I've gone too far. Watch Gasly. He moves over to the right and then comes back towards the racing line. He moves over to the right here, and as I go past him, oh, he comes back at me! Let me find the... go off board. So that he drives off, and then... what? Look at him! You can see that there! Comes round, straightens up, and then... turns left again. Jeez! I needed that. I can put it into very, very minimal on fuel as well. We managed that very well indeed. I'm particularly pleased with that. We managed the fuel well, we managed the tyres well.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Was a fantastic drive. Thank you, Jeff. We switched up to Ritz when we had to, dropped it to lean when we had to.
Excellent win from Ferrari.
That was particularly well managed.
So, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs.
GG! Thank you,
That's
Lassie.
allowed them to get the best out of the
Damn.
car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
Oh, P7!
So, here they come now, out onto
And we
the
should
podium.
be, because of the
Wherever
extra
you
bump
go,
in points.
Anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands.
Because of the extra
And
bump
now
in
let's
points,
take
we
a
might
look at the
overtake
driver's
Fernando
standings.
in the driver's
The lead at the
standings.
top has
We
come
will.
down after
Will
a
we?
poor
Yes,
result
we will. We'll be a
from
point ahead of
Points
Fernando as
Now
well.
then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, my driver of the day was Nico Hulkenberg. He did a cracking job
be
moving
fair.
through the field and just highlighting why he's so highly rated in the paddock.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings.
To be fair,
Ferrari moved to the top of the
Nico
table.
started
Meanwhile, a
P18
strong
and finished in the
weekend for
points.
Red
That
Bull
is a
this
strong
time out,
drive.
and they improved
That
their
is a
position
strong
in the
drive.
championship.
Bouncing from 11th to 4th, though, is good. Qualified 6th, we finished 7th. Fernando qualified 7th, we finished 8th. Carlos Sainz qualified 8th and finished 9th. Only two DNFs. Kevin Magnussen and Sergio Perez. Have a look at the drivers' standings. We move. Oh, we stay 10th, but Fernando drops as Daniel Ricciardo overtakes us because he retired in the last Grand Prix. So we are now ahead of Fernando by a single point. And constructors-wise, McLaren move above Haas. And Sauber, I think, for that matter. We're into 5th and 6 points behind Renault. I think that's a very successful race weekend, actually. I'm very pleased with that. And yeah, and everyone did a 2-stop.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective.
It was brilliant. I was really good.
You really looked in control of your car. out there.
This was the
Your team must
fans.
be
I'm thrilled with their support. Couldn't do this without a great team behind me. Take that, Fernando. Because you
had
were
a
behind
close
me.
battle today, didn't you?
We're both putting pressure on each other to be the best drivers we can be, which is true, because we're right next to each
It
other.
wasn't the cleanest race today, was
Have
it?
a word. I was an idiot magnet. I was like an idiot magnet today. I'm not sure what happened out there. I was like an idiot magnet. McLaren rep decreased. Ah, well,
You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there?
No one's at fault.
Great. Well, that's everything.
McLaren didn't like that, did they? I was an idiot magnet. Lol. It's all about me. I'm the best. Well, I'm the 7th best. Oh, Fernando got the fastest lap. Son of a bitch. Okay, so he's still 2 points ahead. Extra 213. We've got 1,400 points. I haven't managed to get the team goal, unfortunately. Whoa! That very heavily affected my reputation with McLaren. Wow! I didn't think it would be that heavy a negative. Okay. McLaren are like, you've been a bit of a dick there, mate. We definitely moved further towards sportsmanship, though. I do want to be a I am a sportsman, not a showman. But I occasionally will say
Great work.
a
That's
sportsman-like
exactly
thing.
the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up.
Thanks. Right, messages. Debrief. We believe the team were able to give you the best car you could out there today, and combined with your solid driving, we were able to get me our goals. Yeah, we were. Right, we shall see how our upgrades did, and then buy some more, and then that'll be it, I think, for today. I lost rep with McLaren because I responded to an article or a question saying I was an idiot magnet. I was a little bit too vocal in the press conference. Or with the media, basically.
Okay. We had the new parts come through from the factory.
Good.
We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.
Thanks, Carl. Tutorials available. Nah. Goals update. Whoa! Here's a look at the details of your latest team goal. Try and work hard to complete it. Do so reflects well on you. They want me to, over the next 2 weekends, either at China or Baku. They want me to finish 8th or better. Which, to be fair, we just did. So, hopefully, we'll be able to do that. But, China and Baku aren't necessarily my strongest circuits, whereas Bahrain is one of my strongest circuits. But the crankshaft and the front wing main flap both completed, which is great news. And the weather, ooh, a wet start to the race, moving to dries. That'll be very, very intriguing. Very, very intriguing. Not able to renegotiate my contracts yet. Average grid position of 8th, average finish of 8th. Not really. Average finish should be 9th because I finished 10th and 7th. Well, no, maybe 8th. I don't know. It's kind of hard when it's an even odd number, sorry. Right, what should we do? What should we do? What should we do?
What do you think of this
Recommends powertrain again. That's 530. And then... How much is this? Also 530 for secondary front wing flaps. Or I could do rear wing to get some more stability at the back. I think what I'd like to do is get the stability at the back of the rear wing and then more power from the engine. Yes? That's what I'm going to do. 30% failure chance. Wow. 37.5% failure chance. That's painful. I could quality control. I can't quite afford to do all three. Is that worth the risk? 37.5%. 37.5%. That's high, man. This is all of these are 0% failure. What's that? 37.5% in the chassis weight. I mean, I've not got a choice, really, have I? If I want to improve the car, there's no point spending 500 points on this. 500 points. Do the durability on my engine components. You think? Too risky and a large loss. Let's have a look. That's at 18%. Sorry, no. That's at... What? Hang on. Oh, that's overall. Where is 18%? So that's 29%, 17%, 22, 9 on the energy store, 20 and 10. So my ICE is getting 35% after 2 races. That's quite high as well. Gearboxes are poor, you're right. I might do the gearbox and my ICE. I'm going to do it. Gearbox and ICE just to make sure. And then I think next I'll do quality control there. And quality control there. And then we can do the next things. I think it's definitely the right thing to go for durability. Yeah. Well recommended, chat. Well recommended. And they'll be ready by Azerbaijan as well. So they'll be ready for the next Grand Prix, which is good. So I can basically hoard points again here. Overall performance, we are now above Renault. We're the 4th strongest, which makes sense. That's why myself and Fernando were best of the rest. Because on paper, the car is best of the rest. So it makes sense. We are best of the rest. Difficulty, spot on right now, considering how strong the car is. In real life, McLaren would be probably around about Toro Rosso Honda. But on the game, they're the 4th/5th strongest team, and we are finishing in positions that you would expect of a 4th/5th strongest team. So I think everything's pretty spot on right now. It just depends how strong my driving is at any given track. But with the fact that the race is going to be indifferent here with rain and then dry, I don't know what's going to happen at China. But that is going to bring this stream, this particular stream, to a close. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching it on YouTube, then do make sure that you follow or subscribe to the channel. Go and follow the Twitch channel if you want to watch these on Twitch live. But let me say a quick thank you to David Stewart Simpson, Alex Ray, Bearsden, Lewis Smith, Michael, Alzygod, Z-Man, Ashley Snosher, Z-Man again, Ashley again, Oberkuhn, Big Web, Alexanderton, Smithy, Andy, Casey Nash, Stopplake, Tom Turner, Thomas Brooks, me for gifting us up to CJ, Flying Piano Lid, Admiral, and then Ashley again for the bits. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everyone being here as well through another phenomenally long stream. All these F1 streams are pretty long. That's 3.5 hours again on top of yesterday's or Monday's 3 hours 50 minutes or so. The next one will be Saturday afternoon. I'm hoping to do a daytime stream on Saturday. If not Saturday evening, but the next one will definitely be on Saturday. The next Grand Prix will definitely be on Saturday. But of course, FIFA content will continue over on the YouTube channel. So that's where you want FIFA from me. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the support. Thank you. And I'll see you Saturday.